Hello my friends, what's up? The Dutchman Ruben Buijs here. Glad you could make it. Yeah, Genesis. You know, when I was a lad, for me Genesis, when I was growing up, for me I never knew. For me it was like Phil Collins and a couple of the other guys. Yeah, we had I Can Dance, you know, Land of Confusion, Mama. That's the first thing I thought of when people were talking about Genesis, but of course I never knew. I know now that they have such a rich history, you know, a career spanning you know, decades. Fascinating. You know, a lot of people told me, you know, you gotta listen to this, gotta listen to that. You know, I'm discovering that slowly. I'm discovering what they're all about. You know, it's one of the defining bands of the 20th century, I think. And now, of course, selling England by the pound. Their 5th studio album, it's 1973. Insane when you think about it. Of course, they were well known at that time, but this was like their breakthrough. It was, you know, really an evolution in their career. Also, when talking about popularity. 8 tracks, and what I really like about this album, you have those big, progressive, over-the-top pieces, and then you have mixed with a little bit more poppy rock tracks. So you have four of the real progressive songs, and 4 which are a little bit more easy accessible. Immediately right off the bat, with Dancing with the Moonlit Night. You know, it is one of the progressive pieces. It really proves for me, this album, it really let all of the members of this band really shine. They're really at the top of their game on this album, and it's just so much musical brilliance is thrown at you. We're talking about, of course, you know, the vocals. We have, you know, Peter Gabriel, enough said. It's also very cool. That's Phil Collins. That didn't happen very often. I think that's the 2nd song he did, where he's the main, where he's the vocalist on the More Fool Me, the 4th track. But you have the percussion. You have keyboards. Phil Collins on the drums. Everything is thrown at you. It's absolutely marvelous. Incredible that these talents, you know, but I have that with a lot of bands. You know, that these people who are so talented can be in one band. Bands like Rush, Queen, Genesis, the Beatles. It's absolutely insane when you think about it. And this album really proves, you know, it's such a cohesive piece in the entire album. It's just very, how can I say, very adventurous, you know. The album has a lot of different musical flavors, I think, and there's not really a standout when we're talking about the individual members. Although I must say, Phil Collins on the drum here is absolutely phenomenal. The standout, of course, the standout tracks for me are and you probably have seen my reactions to those songs, 5th of Earth and The Cinema Show, which are absolutely highlights in when we're talking about the career of Genesis, especially 5th of Earth. Steve Hackett with that guitar solo is insane. It's absolutely it's so memorable. It's such a distinct sound on this album, and you just, when you listen to it, you just get it just takes over, and it doesn't let go. Steve Hackett always said, as far as I always thought that that was his favorite album, and it really gives this album gives him his place to shine. Phil Collins on More Fool Me, when he, of course he was the drummer and the backing vocalist at the time. Which is a good ballad, nothing really extraordinary, but incredible that the band had two of those great vocalists to their disposals. Brilliant. Phil Collins, of course, again, also his the career, talking about decades, not years. And on this album, and again, it was his second song that he was the main vocalist. The track works. It's not incredibly special, but it's absolutely solid. Also, with this album, it also had the hit "I Know What I Would Like in Your Wardrobe." It was it also a track which it hit the charts. So that's also a big step forward for this band. During that time, you had so many incredible progressive bands. You had Yes, you had King Crimson. Insane. They don't make them like that anymore, I think. But this album was really a big step forward in we're talking about popularity, and after this there was a very successful tour. This album, I like almost every part of it. The Battle of Epping Forest, the fifth track which handles gang wars. It's a little bit too long for my taste. It's also, how do you say, an acquired taste. A lot of lyrics. It really tells a big. It's really a big story they're telling in that track. But so many it has so many great musical touches. So I'll allow it. I'll allow it. This album, a lot of people talking about that this is the best album. I don't know that I've still got a lot of work to do when we're talking about Genesis. But as far as this album is concerned, it has a couple of really classics, really some standouts when we're talking about their career in general. And again, the Cinema Show and Fifth of Earth are absolutely masterpieces. I hope you want to check out my reaction videos to them. It's incredible, after all these years I'm just discovering this band, because I've been aware of them since I was young. Land of Confusion was one of my favorite videos growing up. Of course, they went a little bit more of the pop rock style, and they lost a little bit of their progressive side. But bands evolve, bands change, people change. That's okay. This album, if you're a music lover, it's a no-brainer. Go check it out. I'll give it 4.5 stars. Absolutely, I think one of the best albums made in the 70s. I hope you agree with me on that. I'm really looking forward to discovering more Genesis. Again, one of the defining bands of the 20th century, I think. Let me know what you think. Agree, disagree. Maybe you think, and a lot of Genesis lovers out there. Show me what you got, my friends. I love hearing your stories. You know that. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, click on the like button and subscribe if you like what I do. If you want to, you can support me on Patreon. That would be awesome. Promise I will do this for the rest of my life. See you soon, my friends. Bye bye.